So this US 30 analysis for Tuesday 19th of June. Now let's just have a look at prices, where prices may likely go. So from seeing the sell-off from this 25,400, we've seen prices now break beyond the 25,000 mark. We've had a breakdown from 25,000, we briefly found support at the 24,864 for a retest of 25,000, saw the rejection of the 25,000, broke below the 24,864, the 24,800, 24,700. We've now had prices head down towards the 25,550. Now we do appear to have put in a bit of a pin bar here from 25,550, so we'll see whether this retracement will take us up towards that 24,700 from this 24,550. And if we do break from there, we're looking for price to possibly head towards that 24,800 or that 24,864. Very well established level of support and resistance, where we could encounter resistance if we do see a strong retracement from this 25,550. If, however, we do fail to hold this 24,550 as support, we are then looking for prices head down to beyond the possibly that 510, start to head towards our 24,420. Successful break from which we're looking for a move down towards our 24,238. And if there is sufficient volatility to the downside here on the US 30, we're possibly looking for a move down towards our 24,071 here on the US 30. Now, we did mention the upside would be limited. Possibly, I think the upside would be limited to in and around that 24,864 here. Well, in light of the most recent trend, there is a possibility of seeing a further retracement here to the downside on the US 30. Now, let's just have a look at this from a daily chart perspective. So, if we get scale on here correct first, and we can see here from a daily chart perspective, we've had this acceleration to the upside. We've seen the market slow down momentum, the increasingly smaller candles here in terms of open to close, increasingly smaller, and from which we have seen bearish candles become increasingly larger, open to close. So we are seeing a marked acceleration and momentum here to downside. There still remains a possibility, if we can hold this 550, of posting a higher relative low to the previous lows, but we'll see whether we do see that momentum follow through, taking us all the way down towards that 24,000 mark. Now, our most recent low here, swing low, a bit of a pullback low actually, here in the market was all the way down at, just bear with me a second, let me just get that here. So it's all the way down at that 24,237 level. So again, we'll look to see if we do invalidate that level, but beyond there, we do have the 200 period moving average, which we've not been able to close below here on a daily chart from a daily chart perspective for quite some time, several months now, quite a few months. Not close below the 200 period moving average, despite the sharp sell-offs we saw earlier in the year. We've not been able to close below the 200 period moving average, and that 200 period moving average is currently sitting at that 24,288 level. So in around that 24,288, we do have the 200 period moving average, and as we've seen more recently, we've encountered the 200 period moving average. While we have traded below it, we have not been able to close below it from a daily chart perspective. There does appear to be quite a bit of bias in and around that 200 period moving average here on the daily chart. And with that said, that pretty much wraps up the US 30 analysis. Thanks for watching.